Good morning po. I am Musmir Lumabaw from DSED to English, and my report is all about immune system. So, when you say immune system, is complex network of cells, tissues, and organs that work together to protect the body from harmful pathogens like bacteria, viruses, and fungi. So, as well as consumer cells, it is a primary function is to recognize and attack a foreign invaders while living healthy cells alone. So, immune systems, kumbaga siya yung guard ng katawan natin or ng ating katawan. Siya yung shield natin. So, siya yung nagdi-defense sa katawan natin against infection. So, while protecting the body's own cells. So, di ba ang iba sinasabi dapat malakas yung immune system mo para malakas ka. So, paano ba gumagana or nag-work ang immune system natin? So, okay, here is the example. Number 1 is, kapag nagkaroon ka ng sugat or hiwa, like nasugatan ka ng kutsilyo, so your immune system responds by sending immune cells doon sa sugat mo para labanan ang anumang bacteria o pathogens na maaaring pumasok doon. So, when you say pathogens, it is an organism that causes disease. So, pangalawa, when you get a viral infection, such as the flu, your immune system recognize the presence of the virus. So, and months of response to eliminate it. So, this can involve producing antibodies. So, activating immune cells and releasing inflammatory substances to help clear the infection. So, pangatlo, if you receive an organ transplant, your immune system may recognize the transplant organs as foreign and try to reject it. So, in these cases, is medication are used to suppress the immune response, prevent organ rejection. So, yung immune system ay may dalawang uri. So, ito ay innate immunity. Pangalawa is adaptive immunity. So, when you say innate immunity, ito yung is the first line of defense against pathogens and is present from birth. So, includes physical barriers like the skin, the mucous membranes, as well as immune cells like phagocytes or phagocytes, natural killer cells, and complement proteins. Innate is labas sa physical, and here is the example of innate immunity. So first, complement system. Binubuo ito ng group of proteins na umiikot ito sa dugo to help to destroy pathogens directly or tag them, or removal by phagocytes or phagocytes. They can also trigger inflammation, another innate immune response. So pangalawa, kapag yung tissue ay nasira o nahuwahan ang katawan, ay the body triggers an inflammatory response. So this involves the release of substances like histamine, causing blood vessels to dilate and become more permeable or permeable. This allows immune cells and molecules to reach off the affected site, facilitating the removal of pathogens and promoting tissue repair. So, innate immunity is to provide immediate non-specific defense against a wide range of pathogens. So, non-specific, even though it doesn't have the ability to especially recognize and remember specific pathogens like adaptive immunity, thus it serves as the first line of defense until the adaptive immune response is activated or activate. And yung adaptive immunity is, ito naman yung uri ng immunity na nabubuo over time and specific to particular pathogen. So, it involves the production of antibodies. So, and the activation of specialized immune cells like T cells and B cells, so that can recognize and remember the specific pathogens once the body has encountered a particular pathogen. It can mount a faster and more effective response if it is encountered again in the future. So, example, first example, kapag nagbakuna ka ng iyong immune system is exposed to weakened or inactivate form of pathogen. So, the exposure triggers an immune response leading to the production of specific antibodies and memory cells that can recognize and respond quickly if you encounter the actual pathogens in the future. So, for the example, the flu vaccine exposes you to a weakened from a form of the influenza virus, which stimulates your immune system to produce antibodies that can recognize and neutralize. So, the virus if you encounter in the future. Para example is recovering from an infection. So, your immune system is gumagawa na yan ng memory cells na maaaring makilala at tumugon na mas mabilis. The same na pathogens if you encounter it again in the future. This is why you are less likely to get sick from the same virus of bacteria twice. So, pangatlo, kapag yung isang tao nakatanggap ng organ transplant, ang kanilang immune system ay maaaring gamitin to suppress the immune response to prevent organ rejection. Gayunpaman, pinipigilan din ng gamot na ito ang adapted immune response na ginagawang mas magandang kapitan ang tao sa mga infection. So, adaptive immunity is ay nagpapakita ng kahalagahan sa pagprotekta ng ating katawan mula sa pathogens and pagpapanatili sa ating kalusugan. So, we have a parts of the immune system or the main parts of the immune system. They are, first, white blood cells, antibodies, complement system, lymphatic system, spleen, bone marrow, and thymus. So, when you said white blood cells, are they key players in your immune system. So, they are made in your bone marrow and are part of lymphatic system. Ang white blood cells ay gumagalaw siya. Yung blood and tissue na buong katawan mo ay looking for the foreign invaders or microbes. So, such as bacteria, viruses, and parasite, and fungi, kapag nahanap nila ito ay naglulusad sila ng immune attack. So, second is antibodies. So, when you say antibodies, ito yung tumutulong ito sa katawan na labanan ang mikrobyo or lason. They do this by recognizing substances called antigens on the surface of the microbe or in the chemical they produce which mark the microbe and which mark the microbe or toxin is being foreign. So, the antibodies then mark these antigens from foreign destruction. So, maraming cells, proteins, chemical, and kasangkot sa pag-atake. So, pangatlo is complement system. So, when you say complement system, ito yung binubuo ito, yung proteins whose action complement the work done by antibodies. So, pang-apat is lymphatic system. So, when you say lymphatic system, the lymphatic system is a network of delicate tube throughout the body. The main rules of the lymphatic system are two. So, manage the fluid levels in the body, react to bacteria, deal with cancer cells, and harapin ang mga produkto ng cells na nagsiresulta o sakit o mga karamdaman that absorb some of the fats and diet from intestine. The lymphatic system ay binubuo ng lymph nodes or tinatawag itong lymph glands. Ito ay kumukuha ng mga mikrobyo. So, lymph vessels, ito ay mga tubo na nagdadala ng lymph ang mga liikido na nagpapaligo sa mga tissue ng iyong katawan at naglalaman ng white blood cells na lumalaban sa infection. So, next is spleen. Spleen. So, when you say spleen, is a blood filtering organ that removes microbes and destroy old or damaged red blood cells. So, it also makes disease-fighting components of the immune system, including antibodies and lymphocytes. So, next is bone marrow. When you say bone marrow, is ito yung natatagpuan sa loob ng ating mga buto. So, gumagawa ito ng white blood cells na kailangan ng ating katawan upang magdala ng oxygen. Ang mga white blood cells na ginagamit para labanan ng infection at ang mga platelet na needs natin upang matulungan ang ating namumuong dugo. So, the next is thymus. When you say thymus, is sinasala ito o sinusubaybayan ng thymus ang nilalaman ng iyong dugo na gumagawa ito ng mga white blood cells na tinatawag na T lymphocytes. So, the common desserts of the immune system, it is the common for people to have an over or underactive immune system to overactivity of the immune system can take many forms including mga allergies, disease kung saan ang mga immune system ay gumagawa ng napakalakas na response sa mga allergies o allergens. So, autoimmune disease kung saan ang immune system ay naglalagay ng mga response laban sa mga normal na bahagi ng katawan. Ang mga sakit na autoimmune disease range from common to rare. So there includes multiple sclerosis, autoimmune thyroid disease, type 1 disease, systemic lupus, erythematosus, and rheumatoid arthritis, and systemic vasculitis. So, that's all part of immune system. So, this is my report. So,